Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today is promotion of alternate nutrients for agriculture management scheme, and it has an abbreviation that is PM PRANAM. So Pradhan Mantri Promotion of Alternative Nutrients for Agriculture Management. So this scheme has been asked by one of you to make a session, and that is why we are covering it today. But before starting, there is an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for regulatory bodies. Be it you are preparing for RBI, NABARD or SEBI, you must be having a lot of questions about the organization, how to join it, what are you actually eligible or not. So all the queries have been comprehensively explained in these guidebooks. For example, if you talk about RBI or NABARD, as you can see on the screen, first of all, you would want to know about the organization, right? What does NABARD do? And after that, when you will join it as a NABARD assistant manager, what will be your criteria? What will be your nature of job or the duty that you will perform, right? Apart from that, once you have understand, you must be very enthusiastic to join the organization. For that, there are various steps, right? So first of all, you will be made understood what is the pattern of the examination. Okay, we have phase one, phase two interview. So how the examination that is conducted, are you eligible or not? And rest apart, all the queries are there. What is the syllabus of examination? What is the difficulty level? What are the previous year trends? And also at the end of this, you will also be guided with six-step formula so that you can crack this examination. So do not miss the opportunity. The link of these guidebooks, e-guidebooks, they are present in the description box below. And one more thing, that these are free of cost. So you'll be getting all your queries solved and you'll soon be joining the organization. This is a small gift from our end. So now let's move with the scheme, which is PM Pranam. So see, we have understood the full form. We'll first understand this and your all the concepts regarding the scheme, that will be clear. So we have to promote some alternative nutrient for agriculture management. So currently, how the nutrients are provided to the plants, how human artificially provided. So that we provided with the help of fertilizers, right? So fertilizers, they came into existence during the 1916 era, when the green revolution it was started in India, because we lacked at production of food grains at that time, and that is why fertilizers, they were promoted. But then what happened, now the consumption of fertilizer is so high. Because of that, there are two problems that are arising. We'll understand them one by one. The first problem is that no matter how these fertilizers, they provide nutrients to the plants, but we are using it in excessive way, and because of that, there are various harmful effects also that are being faced by humans, also by other living creatures in this earth also, and also to the environment, to our physical environment. So these nutrients, they pollute the water as well. They can even penetrate deep down and they can get mixed with water, and then they can pollute the underground water also. And also the living organisms, which live there, they are also affected because of these chemical fertilizers there. Okay, one thing is this. Secondly, this is these fertilizer consumption, it brings a burden to the government. How does it bring burden to the government? See, first we'll understand about the subsidy. What is it? Okay, so if I first talk about simple a cylinder subsidy, what happens usually, that you pay for a gas cylinder, and then after a while, the government, they give some subsidy or some amount back to your account, right? Maybe 200, 300, depending on which connection do you have, right? So this is known as what? Subsidy, that government is helping you with something. So you are buying a gas cylinder, but the cost is high, so government is helping you with some of it amount so that you can buy it. So here what you are doing, you are first paying full amount, and then you are getting some of it by the government, okay, some part of it. This usually happens in normal subsidy, but in case of fertilizers, the cost is so much that the farmer cannot afford it. They cannot even pay that money, even if they will get back from the government, but they are not able to do so. So in such cases, what the government do, they give the subsidy to the fertilizer plants, to the fertilizer unit, to the manufacturers, and then they provide at subsidized rate to the farmers. Now let's understand this data, which will give you a better picture. For example, if we talk about urea, okay, so its international price is somewhere around 2,450, and MRP, if you look at, now if you look at, see, this is the price, and MRP is 266.50. It basically ranges between 250 to 260. It's somewhere, in some cases it is 252 per 45 kg. That is one bag of urea. But here look at what is the price and what the farmer is paying, only 266 rupees per bag approx. So subsidy that is given by the government, it is somewhere around 2000. You're looking at the difference of it. Here the government has to pay a lot to help the farmers to buy the fertilizer. Now why the government is paying so much? Because currently the farmer is dependent on fertilizer, and if they do not do so, they would not have yield, they would have to suffer loss, and in fact we can even have the food crisis also. So currently the track that we are leading to, their fertilizers are important, right? So that is why government has to provide. Similarly, if you look at DAP, that is diammonium phosphate, here also the government is providing with 2,500 approx subsidy. For NPK, somewhere around 2,000, and for MOP, that is your muriate of potash, it is 759. So here you are looking at, we are just talking about one bag. So a lot of the government monies, it is spent on something which is harmful for environment, right? So that is why the government has come up with this scheme. Here we are promoting some alternative nutrients so that gradually we cannot eradicate at one go, right? Because that is somewhat Sri Lanka models look like, where they just at one night decided they will ban all the chemical fertilizers, and the crisis that occurred there because of that, we already know, right? So we don't want to go that. So we want to gradually reduce this. And why is it also important? See, first of all, we are looking at so much subsidy has been provided by the government, and now just look at the rise in the demand of these fertilizers. For urea, if you look at for 5 years scenario, if you look at the consumption of urea by the farmers for the agriculture, it has been increased by somewhere around 19.64%. DAP 25.44, MOP, that is muriate of potash, by 9.44%, and your overall the mixture of the fertilizer that is provided, which consists of NPK, that is 25%. So because this consumption is also increasing, so subsidy is also increasing, and that is nothing good for at all for the environment. Okay, so this is the basic idea of this scheme. Just two slides are left. Now the launch year of this scheme is 2022. Okay, now here we have to understand, it has not been launched yet, it has been proposed in 2022. See, why then I have made a lecture on this if this has not been released yet? Because see, this scheme, it is very important from, especially from a descriptive point of view, and this is very important step that needs to be taken care of in agriculture in India. See, agriculture is the subject which cannot be untouched in any examination. It will always be touched in one way or another, and you should be pretty much aware of this scheme. So here launch year, it was proposed in 2022, and here the ministry as such not has been designated yet, but yes, this will come under the Department of Fertilizer will take care of the subsidy. So if we are saying that it is a Department of Fertilizers, so of course it will fall under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So what do I mean by Department of Fertilizer being associated with this scheme? It means that this scheme will take care of the subsidy. Okay. Now, what is the aim of the scheme? So that is to bring down the subsidy burden on the chemical fertilizers. Okay, so there is a burden on the government of the subsidy on chemical fertilizer, and aim of PM PRANAM is to reduce that. Objective is to encourage the balanced use of fertilizer. Of course, we cannot eradicate altogether, but yes, we have to have a balanced use of these chemical fertilizers along with the biofertilizer, that is the natural fertilizers, and organic fertilizer, which are good for plants also and also do not harm the environment. So that is the objective of the scheme. Now talking about financial outlay. So see, there is no outlay that will be separately designed for this. Here, what will be the aim? So, no separate budget will be there, and so this will be financed by savings on the existing fertilizer subsidy. So, what is the aim under this? The aim is, to the subsidy that we provide, we have to cut down the expenses from that subsidy. We have to save from it, and whatever money that will be saved, that will be further utilized for making the biofertilizers and other alternative nutrients that can be used in agriculture. And this scheme will be run by the Department of under schemes run by the Department of Fertilizer. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now, how this money distribution will be there? So I said that whatever subsidy will be saved, money from the subsidy will be saved, that will be utilized, right? But how that will be done? See, for example, because see, this distribution or this nutrient-based subsidy that is provided for fertilizer, that depends from area to area, right? For example, in Uttar Pradesh there are a lot of farmers, so there will be more subsidy that will be given. In some other place there will be less, right? So it depends on area as well. So for example, the central government, they provided with 1,000 rupees of subsidy. This is just a mere example, basic example for you to understand. I'm showing you. So what happened this time, because the state government was also promoting the alternative use, and this PM Pranam, they were actively participating in this. What happened? Only rupees 500 was utilized for the fertilizer subsidy, and now what is left? 500 rupees is left, right? Now what the center government will do as a reward to the state government, because they have helped to save their subsidy, 50% of it they will provide to the state government only, that you take this, okay? So if 50% is provided, so what does it mean? It means that your 250 will be given to the state government, okay? So what is done for now? 1,000 rupees was given for subsidy, but what happened? Only 500 rupees was used for the subsidy. Now what is left with 500. Now of this 500, 50% will be given by the central government to the state government as a reward. But this half of it, 250, will not be completely utilized by state. There will be a division of it that will be utilized. So what is this? Let's just understand. But before that, let me just clear it out so that you can read this line. So it says that 50% of the subsidy saved, as we discussed, will be passed on as a grant to the state that saves the money. Only to those states that will be saving the money. Now out of this 50%, that is the 250 rupees that you have got, 70% of the grant provided under the scheme can be used for asset creation. Okay, so of this, 70% of the grant that will be used for asset creation, and what asset will be created? So these are related to the technological adoption of the alternate fertilizer and alternate fertilizer production unit. So here we are focusing on alternate fertilizer, or the nutrient that we are talking about. For their production, 70% of the grant will be made, will be given or distributed, and the 30% of that particular grant, because 70% is utilized for the asset creation, and rest 30% grant, it can be used for rewarding and encouraging farmers. So whoever farmers or FPOs, that is your farmer producer organization, or the panchayats or the self-help groups, who would be involved in the reduction of fertilizer use and awareness generation, to those farmers, to those FPOs, to those SHGs or panchayats, the 30% of the grant remaining, that will be distributed as reward. Because when they will be giving reward, more and more farmers and such people, they will be encouraged to act under PM Pranam objective. Okay, so this will be the money distribution. Now if we look at, this is the article of Times of India. As you can see, so here if we look at what was the distribution for 22-23. So the government, they provisioned that only rupees 1.05 lakh crore fertilizer subsidy, this amount will be utilized as subsidy for the year 22-23. But if we look at it, the outgo has already surpassed 2 lakh crore, and it may even cross 2.5 lakh crore. That was the news said. Okay, will spend more than 2.5 lakh crore to provide cheap fertilizer to the farmers. If you're looking at, already we were spending 1.05 lakh crore, but after that also we have extended that limit with the course of time, because the demand of the fertilizer were more by the farmers, and it has already crossed 2 lakh crore, and it may even surpass 2.5 lakh crore. And here if we look at 23-24, the budgetary support may be even 2.5 lakh crore at the start only, and we never know how too much extent it can go. So we are looking at, there's a dire need of some alternatives, because the subsidy that is now has become a burden to the government, and also that is of no good use to the environment. Okay, so that is what all this scheme all about. Currently we have only this data. If there will be more guidelines that will be issued, we will definitely discuss it with you. So the question for you is a very simple question: which fertilizer is most commonly used in India? Okay, you should be aware of, because if you would use this scheme as an argument in a descriptive writing, you should have a pretty fair idea. You can use some examples also, that okay, this percentage of fertilizer is used in this amount, and other things like that. So these are the topics of the last session. I asked you a question. So here Nadeem said the right answer, of which option of both the answer 4 was the correct option. Surish said the right answer, Sorish. Then Praveen said the right answer. Venkatesh said the right answer. He said option number 4. I'm assuming for both he has given the one answer only. Rishabh said the right answer. And then Namrata, so she has asked me to make a cumulative session on pension schemes. Also, Namrata, I have made the sessions separately on this scheme. You can once have a look at that, and I hope there won't be any confusion. But yes, I've taken your suggestion, and in future sessions, I will definitely incorporate them. And HRC, all these PDF, they are available in our Telegram channel. There is a gap of approx 24 hours between the session and the availability of the PDF in the Telegram group. You can join the Telegram channel by the link that is present in the description box below, and there you can find PDF of the lecture. So that is all in this video. If you like the video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. And if you have any questions, any queries, you can always write to us. You can write down in the comment section, or you can always mail us, drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and we will definitely be ready to help you. And if you want me to cover any scheme, the suggestions, they are always welcome. So that is all in this session. In next session, I'll come up again with another scheme. Until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.